welcome to the 2017 high school football season between the Brentwood Bruins and the hosting Franklin Rebels. My name's Michael Williams alongside my buddy Paul Breece, here with you for the action for the game. And we are underway for this 2017 football season as Brentwood kicks it through the end zone.
Kind of the same scenario lost Brentwood did Tucker Day. Matthew Phillips with the same result, deep into the end zone. Franklin starting at their own 20.
Franklin High School and Brentwood High School now in both of these teams now in Region 6A. Wasn't that way last year, was it, Coach?
It was not. Brentwood played 5A last year. Went to the state semifinals, and Franklin ended up going to the third round of 6A. So even though different regions, definitely back in a familiar situation.
So Carter Hendry is your quarterback. The give is to number 24. That's Matt Gaka. Takes it on the left side for about 3 yards. Franklin finished last year with a record of 10-3. The Bruins last year a bit of a rebuilding year. And Coach Ron Crawford not as successful as he wanted to be, and looking to improve upon things this year. This is a big matchup. This is always kind of the Super Bowl of Williamson County, these two. These guys go back about 30 years, Franklin and Brentwood, one of the oldest county rivalries. The give again is to Gaka. He's got a little room on that left side, makes a man missed. And he'll have the first down up around the 32, 34-yard line. There are your starters there for the Rebels. Carter Hendry at QB, Gaka, Jones, Gentry Neese, the great wide receiver, Bright, Taylor, Jake Ray, Hunter Waldrum, Austin Hamill, Kyle Means, and Max Ray. The Ray brothers, as big as they come. Max, number 75, and his brother Jake, number 77. Max stands about 6'7", 290. As that goes for naught up to about the 35-yard line. Max is signed with Ohio State, and he'll be heading up there next year. Jake, I don't believe, has committed anywhere, but I would
only
imagine.
Only a sophomore.
Jake is only a sophomore, but I would imagine he's got plenty of people looking at him.
And the funny thing is, Jake, the little brother, actually just slightly bigger than Max, going like 6'4", 305.
So the Ray brothers bookend that offensive line. As you see, Matt Gaka take it on that left side again, almost close to a first down. It'll be about a yard short. We're just underway here in the third, or here in the first, as you take a look at the Bruins right there on the opposite sideline.
If we could stress the importance of this Brentwood High defense, it's going to be the secondary of Goodhart, Dunn, Phillips, and Glenn, as this offense of Franklin runs kind of that option. And those guys are going to have to be really the guys that got to make the open field tackles tonight.
There's you take a look at the Brentwood defense. Franklin about 2 yards shy of the first down. Here's Gaka again. Up the middle, he's going to stretch and lean, and they'll mark it right at the 45-yard line.
Well, you got up a guy in the middle, number 43 for Brentwood, C.J. Grissom. He was the Defensive Player of the Year at Region 7 5A. 43 will be that number. You'll hear his number called a lot. And if they're going to run between the tackles, C.J. Grissom's going to have to make the play. But again, with those two bookend tackles, Michael of the Ray brothers, they're going to get that push definitely down the field. Here comes your first look at the option.
It is swing to the right. It's number 6, Carter Hendry, the quarterback. He'll take it up to the Brentwood 37-yard line. Pick up another Franklin first down.
Again, a good seal block by the younger brother, 77, Jake Ray, and Carter Hendry took that for a big gain. And again, it's going to have to be sure tackling by the secondary of Brentwood, or the running game for Brentwood, Franklin is going to really excel.
So here come the Rebels again. The give is to Davis Whitehurst, and he's going to be bottled up. Maybe pick up a yard.
Well, here comes Gaka, 24 back in the game. He gives them Definitely a different type of speed. But, you know, with the weather tonight, Michael Williams, you're going to need that 1 or 2 play break. And I've seen in the past that there are sometimes mandatory water breaks that TWSAA lets officials know for week 1. So keep your eye on that.
Franklin now at 2nd and 9. Back to pass. Got a man and lays out, does number 30. That's Avery Jones, just out of his reach.
Well, that time the Bruin defense really bit on the fake, and that was a missed opportunity for the Rebels.
So Franklin with a steady dose of runs there, and Coach Donnie Webb going for the home run ball, brings up 3rd and 9.
Well, very interesting move right here as 3rd and 9. Henry Glenn, the safety, comes out. Parker Bullion, number 2, probably the quote-unquote best receiver for Brentwood, comes in at the safety spot. He's got a little more size at about 6'4".
3rd and 9, ball on the Brentwood 36-yard line. Henry back to pass, and it's complete to number 11. That's Chancellor Bright, the 10th grader. And he'll pick up the first down to the 24-yard line. So Franklin still in business on this opening drive. Take a look at Coach Ron Crawford right there, the longtime coach.
Absolutely.
At Brentwood High School.
A great job by Coach Webb and this offensive staff. Again, the best way for Franklin to win this game is to extend the clock. And there's
Ball's
a fumble
on the
and
floor.
eliminate turnovers. I couldn't get it out of my mouth quick enough.
So Franklin able to jump on the missed snap there. Brings up 2nd down and 10.
You know, and that's the offense that Donnie Webb wants. He wants to put himself in 2nd and short situations instead of 2nd and 13.
Loss of 3 on the play. It's 2nd and 13.
And again, week 1, who knows what's going to happen with the football.
So the Rebels now kind of in the hole here. 2nd down and 13.
Yeah,
and another
there we go.
botch snap. And here's
gonna
Henry.
pick it
He's going to
up.
have to.
That's Carter Hendry. He's going to take. Oh, my goodness. That's a lateral. If he picks it up, they can run it back. Henry Glenn, the safety's going to pick it up. And a big play by the Bruins defense.
Well, big mistake by Franklin right there.
Yep, and that's a young quarterback, as Carter Hendry, trying to make something out of nothing, or nothing out of something, one way or the other. It was
Something
a
out of nothing.
disaster for the Rebels.
So Franklin finds themselves in business. Wheels rolling along there, picking up first down after first down.
You see the replay right there.
He throws it backwards.
Yeah, that's one of those things that Coach Webb and his staff will probably say, just eat it.
So now from Brentwood in pretty good position here at the Franklin 35-yard line.
And you're talking about an offense that can score quick.
You have to forgive me, I'm a little lost on my roster right here with, that's Carter McKechnie.
Yeah, Carter McKechnie will be the running back.
Number 25 is McKechnie.
For Carson Shacklett, the returning quarterback, had a big year last year for the Bruins, 3,300 total yards. And a lot of touchdowns, running and throwing, so he can do it all. Keep your eye on number 12, Caden Dreyer. He was the backup quarterback last year.
So there's McKechnie again to the left side. He'll cross the 30-yard line, pick up about 4 or 5 yards to about the 34 of Franklin.
Thompson made the tackle for the Rebels.
There you see the Brentwood starters on offense. There's Shacklett, who we talked about. McKechnie, the running back, he's a sophomore. Billion, Yoakum, Avery Williams, Caden Dreyer, Cole Mabry, Tank Starr, Charlie Harden, Hunter Harrison, and Gavin Robb, all for the Bruins. We're going to have a whistle here. I think somebody may have jumped. That's what we'll have, a false start for the Bruins.
Well, let me give you Brentwood. You know, we talked about the Ray brothers on the offensive line. Brentwood's got themselves a big one, too, in number 72, Cole Mayberry. He's going to be going to Notre Dame next year. So he's playing left tackle.
So a lot of D1 talent out there tonight. As you see, Shacklett is back to pass, wants to go over the middle. He's got his man.
Wide open.
Wide open.
Yep.
Is number 2. That is Parker Bullion.
Yep.
Franklin bit on the play action. And a 34-yard touchdown.
And that's one of the kind of the concerns for Coach Webb was this secondary. And the young secondary got kind of exposed right there as it just couldn't got any easier for Bullion. I don't think there was anybody around him for about 15 yards.
Bullion couldn't believe he was so wide open. He just kind of strolled into the end zone. Franklin started off last year the very same way on the first game of the year against Centennial. Kind of rolling, and Centennial came back to win in the very closing seconds of that game. And now the Rebels find themselves down 7-0 with 6:27 to go here in the first quarter. Michael Williams alongside Paul Breece for this 2017 Williamson County football season.
Well, there's the replay, and if we can, yep, Bullion was just like, what? That was too easy.
Too easy.
Well, we'll see how Franklin reacts here, Coach, and see if they bounce back. Offensively, did some really nice things that first drive. You know, the 2 fumbles in a row, and then the unfortunate play of Carter Hendry, the quarterback, even though he is listed as a senior, guess what?
Hasn't played a great deal.
Not a lot of playing time. But he is someone that can take the game over him and number 3, Gentry Neese.
So Franklin set to receive here. Again, 6:27 to go here in the first quarter. Brentwood just scored. 7-0 Bruins here in this big Williamson County battle. Battle between 2 6A squads. And that one will sail into the end zone again, or actually through the end zone.
I think last year Brentwood, Tucker Day, who's now at Mississippi State, the kicker for Brentwood, I think they only had 5 kickoffs returned all year. And Matthew Phillips is stepping in some big shoes, but
I thought you said Tucker was going to Clemson.
He's at Mississippi State.
Went to Mississippi State?
Yep, he's there. So
okay.
Matthew Phillips.
Well, my mistake then.
Where Tucker was strictly the kicker, Matthew Phillips starting safety. So he can do anything. In fact, he played a little offense as well last year.
On the ground is Hendry. And trying to get his confidence back right after that miscue, and throws it at the feet of Chancellor Bright. Brings up second down and 10.
Well, let me tell you something, Coach. Number 75, well, check that. Matt Haley, he's coming to the game, and he's going to face his counter number 75, right defensive end, left tackle.
Big Max Ray. That'll be a good battle right there. Max just a shade under 300 pounds. And there's the option to the right.
Now that was good. Contained football, and the good thing about that play for Brentwood was that Henry Glenn, the safety, really creeped up on the play. Now that could come back and haunt him with the play action, or like it on that missed opportunity.
So Gaka thrown for a loss right there. Brings up 3rd and 17. Franklin going backwards now.
Well, Henry Glenn, the safety, comes out. Parker Bullion, the gentleman that made the touchdown catch, comes in at safety in a quote-unquote throwing situation. Normally, Franklin not really known for putting that ball up in the air a whole lot, but I think it may happen.
Here come the Rebs. Again, out to the left is Hendry. And that pass incomplete. Intended for Chancellor Bright again, and Franklin will have to come on and punt. So I guess that's what you face here opening night with high school football. You roll, and then you have one bad play, and that kind of sets you back for just a little while. See if Franklin can catch that fire again. But they are going backwards now as Brentwood has the momentum. 5:33 to go here in the first quarter. Franklin set to punt.
Franklin's punter, Landon Carter, a very good punter.
Straight up,
he
nicely
has got
done.
an opportunity to play on Saturdays. And you can tell by that kick.
So Brentwood takes over after the fair catch. Ball spotted at the 41-yard line of the Bruins. Brentwood scored quickly after the miscue by Franklin.
And this may be an opportunity where they're going to try to put the foot on the gas pedal. It may go up top, see if they can challenge that young secondary.
Shacklett again in the gun.
Nope.
The give is to McKechnie. He's over to the left side. He'll pick up about 6. Carter was a great middle school track star. Coached against him.
Well, he was not a bad basketball player either.
Not a bad basketball player either.
Middle school.
Shacklett again looks to run, and he's going to be dropped there at the 45-yard line.
Well, if
number 12, Rashad Jenkins, comes in.
Yeah. If there's one thing that Coach Crawford is probably holding his breath about is when Carson Shacklett tucks the ball and runs. He got knocked out of the playoffs last year with a broken collarbone in the first round of the playoffs. So week 1, you just don't want to see that too much.
So Shacklett back here. He's going to be dropped for a loss. The sack by number 20, that's John Critchlow. And that'll bring up 4th down and a mile as Franklin catches a break defensively. And the Bruins will have to punt it away.
Nice sack by Critchlow coming off the edge right there. Shacklett nowhere to run.
So Davis Whitehurst and John Carter Craig back for the Rebels to receive the punt at 3:53 to go here in the first. Decent punt. Don't know that it's going to be returned. Going to take a bounce and go Brentwood's way and fall dead right there at the 20-yard line. So the Rebels will take over now after that strong defensive stand.
Yeah, that is the answer Franklin needed, was that defensive stop after that opening strike by Brentwood.
So the third series for the Rebels. First and 10 from Franklin's 20-yard line. The sweep to the left. This is John Carter Craig. And finds a little bit of room. And he's able to get out of bounds at about the 27-yard line.
John Carter Craig, 5'8", 160.
A gain of 7 on the play, 2nd and 3.
You know, the good old days when we played, if you were 200 pounds, you were playing on the offensive line. Now, if you're 300 pounds, you better get ready because you're going to have to play on Saturdays too. Maybe Sundays.
Maybe. There's the sweep to the right.
Nice shoestring tackle.
Again, Matt Gaka. Gaka, one of 5 brothers there in the Gaka household.
Is one of them playing down at the University of Memphis? I don't know. May have my Gakas confused. But I could have sworn that one of them went down to the University of Memphis and played. Who knows?
So here comes the Rebs again. First down and 10.
This is the kind of drive Donnie Webb would like to see as the quarter.
And Hendry, he'll take it up the gut, and it's got a little bit of running room. Call it about a 12-yard pickup as Hendry picks up the first down up to the 45-yard line. Call it the 41 as Franklin has another first down. So this series looking a great deal like the series that started things off.
Well, it was a nice open field tackle by, Phillips. Really didn't get a whole lot, but got enough, even though the first down was there. Could have been really bad.
So Franklin now first down and 10 at their own 41-yard line. The sweep to the left. This time it's Connor Craig.
Nice
had a little bit of running room, but that was shut down quickly by the
28, Joe Bayless. A new football player to the Bruins. Didn't play last year. Plays on the baseball team. I believe the state championship baseball team for the Brentwood High Bruins. So a welcome
they win a state
addition.
championship in something every year, don't they?
It's definitely, well, something. Uh-oh.
Here's Franklin again. The swing out to the right. This time, again, Davis Whitehurst, and he'll pick up about 4 yards on the swing pass. Minute 52 seconds here to go in the first quarter. Brentwood leads 7-0.
Well,
Franklin on the march now.
My helmet counter is up to 4. That's 4 times the Bruins helmet have come off during the play or the end of the play. Somebody get the equipment guy.
Is that a official statistic?
I'm going to make it one.
Okay.
Once you hit 10, I don't know what.
Did you get a free Sonic or something?
Yeah, well, there we go. I'll take it. Uh-oh, this is nicely played.
Hendry, he's going to be thrown for a little bit of a loss.
You know, that was all started by number 39, I believe.
So bring up fourth down and 6 to go. Franklin will have to punt it away.
Loss of 1 on the play. It's 4th and 7.
Well, Landon Carter gonna punt.
Dylan Stevens back to receive.
Dylan Stevens back to receive for the Bruins.
Last time Carter backed up on his own goal line. This time got a little more breathing room. See if he can.
Nicely away.
Man. If that one hits the coffin corner, look at number 2. Oh, man, they missed opportunity. Who was that?
Michael Crowther. Kind of lost it there. Just dribbles over the goal line. And Brentwood takes over 1st and 10 at their own 20.
Yeah, give Landon Carter a lot of credit. That was a great directional punt.
In the coffin corner.
And, I don't know what the special teams coaches teach them, but, I always said run to the end line and turn around. If your punter's that good, it's got to be close, right? If you see that return man run up.
Here are the Bruins. 1st down and 10 from their own 20. 39 seconds to go here in the first quarter. The give is to McKechnie. He's over to the right side trying to find some hold. And we have a flag on the play.
Yeah.
I think we're going to have a hold.
Hold on 82. I believe that's Nick Newroth, the tight end over here. So.
Indication holding against Brentwood.
So back up the Bruins 10 yards. I think that's from the spot of the foul.
Tell you what, it's full. It's a big house, big attendance tonight. But I tell you what, there have been people still out there trying to get in.
Still lined up in the parking lot here at the end of the first quarter.
Yeah, I'm sure it's not because of the construction on Hillsborough Road or anything.
No, the construction that's been going on for the last 10 years.
Yeah, since you were in high school.
Since I
here at Franklin.
That was a million years ago. Here are the Bruins. 1st down and 20. The give is to McKechnie again to the left side. He's going to be wrapped up.
Is that 42? John Kirkpatrick.
John Kirkpatrick with the
inside linebacker.
Kind of a horse collar tackle there.
42.
And that'll bring up the end of the first quarter. So the end of 1. Brentwood 7, Franklin nothing.
Well, I was going to say 42, the old number of Mitch Rossi. Mitch Rossi, a preferred walk-on at Ohio State.
I knew that.
Yeah, I wasn't going to give you time to guess because I thought you knew it. But anyway. So there you go. Mitch Rossi, big loss for the Rebels along
Very
with,
proud of Mitch Rossi. He was a
Look out, Coach.
Mitch was one of my 7th graders several years ago. Proud of him for making his way up to the Ohio State University.
Yeah.
He'll be joined by his buddy Max Ray next year.
Well, let me tell you something. When Max Ray gets up there, if I was Mitch Rossi, I'd find Max Ray and stand next to him. Who knows? He may sneak on the field. Hey, you two guys, come on.
They'll put Max on a weight program up there and turn him into a moose.
Yeah.
Not that
he's not already, I think, 6'8".
He's listed at 6'7", 290. His brother's listed at 6'5". Jake is listed at 6'5" to
No.
305.
Yeah, there you go. You
Sorry.
Missed it by 100 pounds.
Your attention, please. We need Garrison Walters. Garrison Walters.
Can you imagine feeding those two boys?
Well, you know what? I know his parents, and I'm sure that they do a good job. They've done a good job.
They've done a good job. Here are the Bruins, 2nd down, 16, and we're going to have it blown up there.
Yeah, this is going to be a
Another
procedure penalty.
false start for the
And
Bruins.
That looks like a week 1 penalty, sure.
So it is week 1. Now Brentwood going backwards. Coaches have to understand this. They cannot get too high on the offensive momentum that their teams generate, because they've got to realize this is week 1. This is our first game. We're going to have a setback.
Well, let me tell you something. The Brentwood coaches don't care what you're thinking or saying. They're frustrated. Either way.
So 2nd down, 21 now for the Bruins. Here's Shacklett. He's going to try and pass his way out of this one. Hounded by Jenkins. Got a man and picked off. Gentry Neese.
Now
And he'll go down about the 47-yard line, as now Franklin has their turnover.
I will tell you, I'm not sure if we'll see the replay on it or not, but Shacklett, escapability, sure, trying to get it into Caden Dreyer, who was the backup quarterback last year. New position at that H-back, kind of stopped his route when he saw Shacklett start running. He thought, maybe I'll block. Well,
so Neese with the fortunate bounce right there.
So Shacklett tried to touch pass it off Dreyer's hand, and Gentry Neese with the interception. Now,
here come the Rebels.
we're 1-1 on mistakes.
Decent field position now at the Brentwood 47-yard line. Hendry going to be hounded very quickly. He's got to escape trouble, and he's not going to get away from number 48.
That's Justin Howell.
Justin Howell.
Russell down by number 48, Justin
And he's going to lose a few yards on that play.
Loss of 4 on the play, 2nd and 14.
Well, there's the replay right there. And the passing down on 1st down, very interesting call for Franklin. You know, you're at the 50. I think they try to keep establishing the run and keep that clock going.
Here come the Rebs. 2nd down, 14, and that is
Gaka on the carry.
Gaka. He'll take it up across the 50-yard line,
And
almost to the original line
Justin
of
Howell, the
scrimmage.
linebacker, almost got him another tackle for loss.
Matthew Haley was in on the tackle. Gain of 3 on the play. It's 3rd and 11.
So 3rd and 11 after the turnover. You got to think Coach Donnie Webb's got to, you know, have something up his sleeve right here to get him out of trouble. If it's 4th and close, Coach Williams, I think Franklin may make an attempt to go for it, but they've got to at least get 8 right here.
So here are the Rebels, 3rd down and 11. The little inside trap play, and that goes nowhere. That's Davis Whitehurst, and he's going to be dropped for a loss. Franklin back out to punt.
Yeah, I tell you what, 60 for Brentwood. Alex Martin just broke that play up over Hunter Waldrum, the guard for the Rebels. So now you're definitely in a punting situation after the turnover.
Here's Landon Carter again. For Franklin had a beautiful punt his first time out. That one's going to go off the side of his foot and out of bounds.
Into the crowd.
About the 25-yard line. And Brentwood will take over 1st and 10. 9:48 here, just underway in the 2nd quarter. Michael Williams alongside Paul Breece for our opening game of the 2017 Williamson County football season.
Well, you know, Coach Crawford's got to be happy with the way his defense have played in the, you know, the last 4 offensive or defensive possessions. After Franklin really had a missed opportunity on the touchdown opening pass almost that was reeled in. They have been a juggernaut on defense, and Rebels have been empty.
Shacklett now. Quick little pass out to.
That's going to be Chase Bishop. Let me give you a little history on Chase Bishop, the number 5, the
Knock yourself out.
sophomore. Father, Blaine Bishop, former Tennessee Titan. So there you go.
Remember that name?
Yeah, and
First and 10 for Brentwood.
Casey Bishop had a touchdown pass or touchdown reception at the Williamson County Jamboree last week against Page. So he is a speedster, as you can tell. As look how far off the quarterback is playing off of him.
They're going to be whistled up again, and now we're going to have another procedure call against the Bruins.
No, I believe that's a timeout, Tom.
Is that timeout by Brentwood? Sorry, my first game of the year too.
That's the old Joe Dean, Tom Hammond reference. Joe Dean, the SEC basketball announcer a long time ago. You know, string music.
String music.
Yeah, that guy.
Oh, yeah.
These young guys standing around us like, what are we talking about?
You know, Joe Dean Jr.'s dad.
Yeah, that guy. Well, I believe almost everyone has entered the stadium. Still probably have about 20, 30 people trying to get in. So I think the fire marshal has smiled and walked away. Just kidding. You can have however many people you want in here.
So we're just about ready to go again. Second quarter here, 9:14 to go. Brentwood at a 1st and 10 from their own 41-yard line. Brentwood leads 7-0. And here's Shacklett. Sweeping to his right, hounded a little bit. Got number 3 wide open.
That's Grant Yoakum on the catch. And he has been a steady receiver for Brentwood, even.
So Yoakum will make it up to the 41-yard line of Franklin, pick up the first down.
Ball at the Franklin 41-yard line.
Shacklett again, back to pass. Nope, takes it up the middle and
Busted
makes a
play.
couple of people miss.
Yeah, busted play, and that's Shacklett right there, the senior.
But he will pick up the first down up to the Franklin 30-yard line.
Gavin King made the stop for Franklin.
King on the stop for the Rebels.
Gain of 11 yards on the play and a first down. First and 10 for Brentwood. Ball at the Franklin 30-yard line.
As you take a look again at the replay. Shacklett again, the senior. He's got plenty of experience. He played all last year until he had an injury late. And that one's going to be blown up. Going to have a false start against the Bruins.
Tell you what, I'm sure that may be part of the halftime speech.
Stop jumping?
Yeah. Yep.
That'll bring up first and 15. Ball now back at the 35-yard line.
So first and 15 for Brentwood at the Franklin 35. Shacklett again, the give is to McKechnie. He's got a little bit of running room around that right side, and McKechnie close to the first down. Pickup of about 10 yards.
Yep.
The
Gavin
sophomore
King
on the right side.
34, Gavin King on the tackle.
So second and short for the Bruins.
Gentry Neese made the tackle.
Second and 1 now for Brentwood. Loaded to the left side. Here's Shacklett passing to that left side. And
two late flags came in.
the reception made by Yoakum again.
We had a legal receiver downfield, I believe.
There's a flag on the play.
So early season mistake by Brentwood, and that'll take them back.
Receiver downfield against Brentwood.
Ball will be spotted at about the 26-yard line.
Penalty 5 yards from the previous spot. That'll bring us second down and a long 6.
So second and 6 for Brentwood. Shacklett now empties his backfield. Looks down the center. Nowhere to go.
He's got
Drives
him.
to his right. And I believe the reception is made by McKechnie again. And he's going to be close to the first down. As a matter of fact, he's going to have the first down.
Tell you what, Coach Williams, it's going to be very difficult when they go empty. There's going to be a mismatch out there defensively for Franklin, and Brentwood looks like they are going to try to expose and try to
take a look at Coach Donnie Webb there. So the Bruins pick up the first down. They're at the Franklin 16-yard line. They give again to McKechnie's off that left side, looking for a hole. Got that speed, and he'll head down to about the 6 before he's knocked out of bounds.
I tell you what, that was a great block. Hunter Harrison, the right guard, the pulling right guard, he laid a great block to get McKechnie.
So the Bruins, again, knocking on the door. They can pick up a first down right here. As the ball spotted about the 7-yard line of the Rebels. They give inside, met by number 25. That's Connie Kelton for the Rebels.
That's Jordan Nicholas.
And Nicholas is driven back for Brentwood.
He is another junior running back like McKechnie. I think by the end of the season, Jordan Nicholas is going to have kind of almost like a two-headed monster back there in the backfield. He's going to be just as important as McKechnie when it comes to the running game for the Bruins.
So here are the Bruins again. That give is to McKechnie. He's going to dance his way and be stopped short. Nope, they give it to him. So he crossed the goal line. I don't know. I don't think that was McKechnie. It was McKechnie. So McKechnie with his first touchdown of the year puts this score to 13-0 at 6:16 to go here in the second quarter. I'll tell you, Coach, Brentwood looks a heck of a lot more experienced now than they did this time last year. They're in the rebuilding mode.
Yeah, well, they're not in rebuilding mode. They got 36 seniors. It's not a joke. They are going to be there at the end. It is going to be them and Independence.
So Matt Phillips with the PAT puts Brentwood up 14-0 here at Franklin's Stadium.
I don't think it was a question as you see McKechnie lean in for the touchdown. It wasn't a question with Coach Crawford and his staff that the offense wasn't going to be able to score. I think it was more, what can the defense give us? You knew they had C.J. Grissom back there, but everything else was just kind of up in the air. They, had Blake Myers down on the D-line. Mason Cydell, he was originally a nose guard last year. He's kind of moved to the inside linebacker spot. But a lot of these guys played, but it wasn't a lot of snaps. Offensively, it's going to be tough for somebody to stop Brentwood. Now, Franklin here, they've got to get some kind of momentum here with 6:16. Now, their offense is not what I would call high octane. We need a 2-minute score here.
Well, when you've got the Ray brothers bookending both sides of your offensive line at 6'5" and 6'7", and 600 pounds of beef right there.
You're right, but you're going against one of the best in Coach Ron Crawford, who's a defensive mastermind. He'll get him in the right spot eventually.
So Brentwood again kicks it through the end zone. Franklin will take over 1st and 10 from their own 20-yard line.
And when you have a team like Brentwood who's got 36 seniors, they're pretty deep. They can kind of work out the kinks in the first quarter and see who's got kind of the hot hand on offense, on defense, who's in the right spot, who can you trust, who can you not trust. When the second half comes out, they know who they can roll with. Franklin is pretty, thin when it comes to, that's who they got is who they got.
Here come the Rebs. They give to outside is number 4. That's Whitehurst. He's going to find a little bit of running room.
Yeah,
and he's going to pick up the first down.
And that was a missed tackle by number 83, Austin Chaffin.
So Whitehurst, again, making something out of nothing. A number of Bruins in that backfield, but able to make a number of people miss, and he danced his way along that left sideline, picks up the first down. First and 10 from the 30 now are the Rebs.
Well,
Sweep outside. There's number 5, John Carter Craig. He's got a little bit of room, and he's going to pick up a first down as he dances across the 50-yard line up to about the 48. Pickup of about 21 yards.
Another first Tennessee first down. First and 10 for the Rebels.
Take a look at the inside fake outside to Connor Craig. Showing some speed there. And that one will go nowhere as Davis Whitehurst, he'll be dropped for a loss.
Carries. Austin Chapin made the tackle. Loss of 2 on the play, second and
So
12.
a couple of the yards lost for the Rebels right there, puts them back to the 49-yard line, brings up second down and 11. And that will be whistled up as Hendry had number 26 right there. That was John Taylor right across the middle. And Franklin will be whistled for the false start. So the Rebels now going backwards after that big run by Davis Whitehurst. Brings up second down and 17, Coach. Just under 5 minutes to go here in the second quarter.
Yeah, bad spot to be in. You had 2 positive plays, and then you went -2, and then a penalty right here. Second and 17.
Hendry now looking to that left side. That one nearly picked off, but caught.
I think that one off the hands of 43 C.J. Grissom into the hands of number 3. Is that right? Ginger Neese?
Neese catches that one.
If somehow C.J. Grissom, the linebacker, makes that, it's a 21-0 game.
Right.
It's off to the races.
12 on the play.
Now, what I have noticed, Coach Williams, is that Jake Ray, the sophomore, is not in at right tackle.
So here come the Rebels again.
Fumble.
And ball's on the floor, and Brentwood will come up with it. That's Franklin's second turnover.
Well, when you got 3:55 left and you're Brentwood High, you can score easily in that time amount.
Brentwood, they'll take over first and 10.
The Rebel offense coming off the field looking a touch dejected. So Brentwood just under 4 minutes to go here in the second quarter. They lead Franklin 14-0 here on this opening night of Williamson County football. And we'll have to we'll have a whistle.
They're going to get a timeout, maybe. Yeah, timeout Franklin.
Timeout Franklin. Their first charge.
You know, that happens a lot off a turnover, Coach. You kind of in scramble mode as people run in and they're not paying attention on the sidelines, saying, oh, wait, we don't have the ball anymore?
It's our go.
So, you know, these guys are still 16, 17, 18 years old. The only thing they know for sure is Snapchat.
I don't even know Snapchat.
I don't either.
I refuse to know Snapchat.
Yeah. Well, the situation goes this, 14-0. If Brentwood somehow, let me tell you something, last year, 41-7 Franklin, and I'm sure that's on the back of the mind of Ron Crawford. If he can get more points, he will not be afraid to tack it on, because that was a maybe now, you could say it was a devastating loss, but I'll tell you what, it was an eye-opening loss, because after that Brentwood rallied and a state semifinal appearance was there.
Here come the Bruins. Shacklett out to McKechnie on that right side. He's got a little bit of room, and he's up close to the first down before he's shoved out of bounds by that Franklin defense.
McKechnie on the carry. Kenai Kelton ran him out of bounds.
And that'll bring up 2nd down and 1. A short one. It's
Gain of a little over 9 on the play. It's 2nd and less than a yard.
So can Brentwood tack on another TD here?
Oh,
Here's McKechnie
tell you what,
trying to find some running room, and he'll get up over
McKechnie on the carry.
the 45-yard line of Franklin up to the 44, brings up 1st down.
not probably the design the way that
About 3 on the play.
needed to go, but he got enough
Enough for a first down. 1st and 10 for Brentwood. Ball
off
at
the carry
44-yard line.
to get the 1st down.
So 1st and 10 for the Bruins, 3:23 to go here in the 2nd quarter. There's Shacklett out to that right side. Can't tell who. The ball is loose. Can't tell who made the fumble or who made the tackle to
that
cause
was
the fumble.
Bullion on the catch. Nice tackle. I thought he was down, but they called a fumble, and a nice job by Carter McKechnie to jump on it. And now Bullion is.
We'll see where they spot the ball. I think it's still Brentwood ball. And they'll spot the ball right at the 44-yard line.
You see the replay. It looks like Bullion went up and got kind of, and I think once he hit the ground, the ball came out. So I'm shocked that they called. You know, I guess if you land on your head, your instinct is to let go of everything, right? Sure.
So Gentry Neese with the fumble recovered, but gives it right back. Here's Shacklett going over the middle, and that is caught. A beautiful catch. Is that Bullion again?
Yeah.
That's Carter Bullion.
He told Shacklett, I'm going to make it up to you, buddy. Just throw it up.
And he pulls it down at the 5-yard line.
Parker Bouillon.
A big gain for the Bruins. And Brentwood again in business with 2:58 here to go in the 2nd quarter. A beautiful pass and catch as Bullion climbed the ladder for that one. And Brentwood has a 1st and goal.
Ball at the 5-yard line.
Shacklett again. He'll take it himself, trying to dance around, but
nice
finds
play.
nothing.
71, coach. It's Moolman, Christian Moolman. I tell you what,
Christian Moolman.
he is only a junior, and he played a lot of snaps last year. He's going to be really good. What do they list him at?
Christian, they list him at 6'1", 205.
He is he's a
and it's
great,
all muscle, I
he's
think.
a great wrestler, high school wrestler as well. So
here come the Bruins. Shacklett with trips left. I've always wanted to say that.
Yeah.
Here comes Shacklett looking and quickly
no!
picked off in the end zone. An ill-advised play. Saw his receiver, did Shacklett, just for a second. Makes a quick decision and pays the price as Franklin comes away with the pick. Can't tell who picked it off. Did you see who got that
I
one?
did not. Hopefully we get the replay here. Shacklett probably could have leaned in.
Saw his receiver come open right there and taken away by number 17. That is Price Wynn.
Price Wynn. How about that? Man.
So Franklin dodges a bullet right there.
Well, I'll tell
as
you
they
what.
were able to keep the Bruins out of the end zone. Be 1st and 10 from the Franklin 3-yard line. Got a long way to go, but they certainly didn't want any more points by Brentwood in that situation.
Well, you got 2 timeout by Brentwood. If Franklin doesn't move the ball these first 2 plays, it'll be interesting to see if Coach Crawford starts burning these timeouts to see if they can get the ball back.
Injury again, tries to get Brentwood to jump off sides to give himself a little bit of breathing room, and it absolutely pays off.
Sure, Hunter Dickens, the defensive end.
5 yards for being offside.
You know, it almost got to know the situation, and yep, that's going to be the long run off the field for Hunter Dickens.
1st and 5 for Franklin. Ball now out to the 8-yard line.
So Franklin now with a little bit of breathing room out to their 8-yard line, better than their 3. Here's Hendry again under center. I wonder if he tried it again. He does.
Oh, you know what?
Gets him again.
That was Hunter Dickens' sub right there, number 79. And here we go with another one. Let's see. And 79 is going to trot off. Let's try a different person. Oh, 26, Hunter Dickens back in the game. Wow.
So Franklin picks up 10 free yards now. As the ball was at the 3-yard line, it's up to the 13 now. 2:01 remaining in the first half. Good discipline shown by that Franklin offensive line.
Absolutely.
And that give is inside to Gentry Neese. Neese with a seam, and he is gone. Sorry, Davis Whitehurst. Davis Whitehurst all the way.
87 yards.
So an 87-yard touchdown for Davis Whitehurst right up the gut. And that's exactly what Franklin needed with 1:47 to go in the half.
Yeah, that was a 14-point swing, Coach.
Sure was.
Brentwood with the turnover in the end zone, and Franklin answers.
Ronnie Crawford has got to be gnawing the inside of his mouth right now after that one.
Now here comes the scramble mode. They're looking on. Hey, they hadn't kicked the extra point all year. People are not on the field. And that's what happens. You run a touchdown, everybody's celebrating.
And so we have to call a timeout and get things figured out.
Donnie Webb's going, okay, everybody calm down.
It's all right. First game of the year.
Their second timeout of the first half.
Davis Whitehurst, the 11th grader, 6 feet, 175 pounds, turns on the Jets from the 13-yard line. Rumbles 87 yards to pay dirt. There he goes, Coach.
I'll tell you what, you knew when he got about 10 or 15 yards down the field, you had your money on 4 right there.
And got those gold cleats shining in the in the overhead lights here.
Yeah, Griffin Goodhart and Nathan Dunn gave the old college drive, but those two guys just couldn't track him down.
That was good sprinter speed right there shown by Davis Whitehurst.
So instead of 21-0, we could be heading to the house at 14-7 at halftime. I got to tell you, though, one of my pet peeves happened on the way in. I had a half glass of McDonald's Coke.
Yeah.
The security guy says, no drinks, no outside drinks.
Yeah.
Guess what? I chugged it down.
Number 16,
like the champion you are.
Man, I'm not feeling good right now. Oh, my goodness.
So the Rebs back in business after that 87-yard scamper.
Yeah, I think that's Christopher Miller-Hill.
And Miller-Hill. Chris Miller-Hill, the senior. He's got to be a senior this year.
Yeah,
He sure is.
And, you know, the funny thing is the holder on the plate is Critchlow, John Critchlow. Again, you talk about the Gaka brothers. The Critchlows, there's a lot of them as well.
There's a number of Critchlows as well.
And the oldest one happens to be playing at BYU this year. He will be a sophomore, maybe the redshirt freshman. Yeah, he's a quarterback. Now, I think they got an experienced guy stepping in, but man, I think Joe Critchlow. You know, keep your eye on him in the next couple of years at BYU.
There's your big number 75. That's Max Ray right there. He is a moose.
That's one of you look at and go, wait a minute, didn't you drive the bus? Why are you playing?
He's a great young man. I taught him back in 7th grade when he was still my height, and he dwarfs me these days, but so proud of him and his brother Jake. Max going up to Ohio State University, comes from a great family.
And look at Max. He said, I don't need to sit down. We'll just walk around.
So here come the Rebs. 1:47 to go in the half. Franklin dodges a bullet and actually makes Brentwood pay for an interception mistake as Davis Whitehurst goes 87 yards for a touchdown.
Miller-Hill.
And Christopher Miller-Hill able to drive that one through the end zone. And here comes Brentwood, 1st and 10 from their own 20. They've got a minute 47
what do you do?
To work with here.
Had 2 costly interceptions. You try to ride out Carter McKechnie on the run game, see if you can get it to maybe the 50 with about a minute left. You know, they got Matthew Phillips, the kicker, who's got a strong leg.
So Shacklett rolls to his right, trying to find a receiver, and throws that one right at the feet of, I can't see who the number is, but I believe the pass is incomplete anyway.
Yeah.
Shacklett's pass intended for Grant Yoakum.
Grant Yoakum, number 3.
2nd and 10.
So brings up 2nd down and 10 from the 20-yard line. Now we've got some excitement.
Absolutely. The Franklin fans who were thinking it was going to be 21-0.
Shacklett out to Bishop.
Well, he didn't get out of bounds, and I thought that maybe where he needed to go, but they got the first down.
They do pick up the first down, so they'll stop the clock at 1:30 to go. Make it just the 31-yard line. Clock starts again.
Now, Bishop, number 5, who's caught a couple passes, he is a speedster. So let's see Shacklett empty here.
Shacklett with the empty backfield, being chased, rolling to his right, trying to find a receiver. That one will be tossed out of bounds, bring up 3rd down and 10. Just over a minute to go.
Number 20, John Critchlow, was on the coverage.
I think Rashad Jenkins had the pressure back there on Shacklett. You know, that sprint out pass has not been successful on the empty backfield. Brentwood in the past has had some kind of middle screen. Be interesting to see if they set that up.
Again, empties the backfield.
There it is.
Shacklett.
Man.
There it is. And
well, that didn't
blown
work.
up nicely.
Man. Who is that? 23, coach.
Number 23 is Dominic Roberts. The master of the no-look pass in basketball.
Well, the middle screen was, you know, I wanted to say I called it, but I guess I called it the wrong time. They were Roberts at the right place. Nice play by the Rebels defense. 3rd and 12, 30 seconds left. They're going to have to go with one more play. It looks like Coach Crawford's going to call timeout with about 1 second left on the play clock, which will turn out to about 20 seconds. Or check that, 19.
19.
Timeout Brentwood. That's their second timeout.
I don't hold that math against you.
Yeah, thanks, man.
So Coach Ronnie Crawford calls a timeout for Brentwood. Bruins leading 14-7. Opening night here at Franklin High School. Michael Williams, Paul Breece. This 2017 season, these two teams go way back to 1983, I want to say.
Long time.
Long time.
I believe it's the 2 oldest high schools in the county, if I'm not mistaken, right? No,
definitely.
Page. I don't know.
No, Page is older than Brentwood.
Yeah, Fairview, sure.
Yep. Back in my day, it was Franklin, Page, and Fairview. But we are lousy with high schools now in Williamson County.
One of our cameramen, Big Colvett up here, dancing to the song.
So 19 seconds to go. What can Shacklett do here?
Well, he may go with a quarterback draw right here. What do you think? Nope.
3rd and 12. He's going to go across the middle. And
McKechnie. That's
Carter
the old,
McKechnie.
what is that, Coach? That's the old run
before you catch.
Yep,
absolutely. So Franklin now. With 14 seconds to go.
Who's back there receiving Mr. Goldshoes?
As David Whitehurst, and Whitehurst again with a long scamper a minute ago.
John Connor Craig.
And John Connor Craig. Well, stranger things have happened here.
Let me tell you something. There's 10 seconds left on the play clock. I believe Brentwood's going to have a hard time getting this off.
And, well, they'll back it up to
that
29.
That really helped them a little bit.
And we're going to blow it up again here.
Who's 43, Coach? He came through there. He's like, wait a minute, it's too easy.
It was Chase Crow. And Franklin will give Brentwood their yardage back with the offsides penalty.
Really? See, it's hard to see sometimes up here, but man, I thought it was going to be delay a game.
Ball now out to the 34-yard line.
Been a long 2 minutes here. Straight up, and that one's going to be fielded by Davis Whitehurst. Makes one man miss. I don't think he's going to make these guys miss, and he's driven out of bounds at the 32, and that brings up the end of the half. So at the end of one, we look to almost have headed toward a blowout with Brentwood knocking on the door, but Franklin answers quickly and halves the score. 14-7 is your score as we head into halftime on this opening night of Williamson County football. Michael Williams, Paul Breece, and we'll be back for the second half action in just a bit.
Ladies and gentlemen, as we kick off a new school year and a new football.
Hi, and welcome to our Pet of the Week segment for our cats. This is Belle. She's an 8-week-old kitten, and the sounds you hear in the background are the sounds of 30 little kittens about her size playing in our kitten corner room. Belle is 8 weeks old, but she's a little bit small. She has not been spayed or neutered yet. All our animals need to be spayed or neutered to leave the building. And when they're not, we sometimes require a spay-neuter deposit, which means that you promise to come back and have the pet spayed or neutered by us at a later date. And you can tell she's ready to climb and play. Belle's not quite ready, so if you adopted her, you'd need to put that little deposit down and come back on that date. We have cats here, I said 30 in the kitten room. Kitten season is not over. The kitten season that we all have been dealing with since May and June, all of them are becoming of age now and are coming back from our fosters and filling up our kitten corner. So if you're interested in a kitten or cat, we have plenty of cats too. Kitten and cat fees are waived right now. There is no fee. That is going on now through the Mars Pet Care event of August 25th and 26th. So anytime between now and the 26th, there is no fee for cats or kittens. So please come by and meet little Belle because she needs a permanent home. Hi, our dog of the week is Lacey. Lacey is 6 years old. She was owner surrendered. She looks like she needs to maybe be put on a controlled diet. Drop a few pounds, she'd be even more lively than she is. She loves to play in the play yard, and she loves to go on walks. She's a steady walker, sweet-natured, and she's got a beautiful white coat with some little brown spots. But since she's 6 years old, she may not seem as desirable as some of the younger dogs or puppies. But the thing to remember with an older dog is it's already house-trained. We already know it's good-natured. We know the habits because our volunteers watch these dogs each day and give us little tips. So Lacey does like to cuddle up on the couch, and she likes to go on walks and play. So if you're interested in meeting Lacey or any of the other dogs we have available for adoption, please come to Williamson County Animal Center on Claude Yates Drive in Franklin. That's right behind Franklin High School.
Hey, welcome back to Franklin High School. Michael Williams, and the greatest teacher in the world, as evidenced by his story last year on ABC World News Tonight, Paul Breece.
It was a positive story.
If it's positive, it's Paul.
Yeah.
We're here at Franklin High School once again. Second half action just about ready to get underway. Franklin High School and Brentwood High School going at it, duking it out. These two cross-county rivals been going at it now for about the past 34 years. This is kind of the one of the big dog games of the year, the first game of the year.
Yeah, it's a tough way to open up your season.
Franklin came out and drove down the field very nicely, turned the ball over, and Brentwood able to capitalize and then able to score again to make it 14-0. But Franklin able to climb back in with an 87-yard kickoff return, or not an 87-yard kickoff return,
but 83-yard.
83-yard
Touchdown scamper by Davis Whitehurst.
Him in his gold shoes. And that's where we stand, 14-7 in this big Region 6, 6A matchup between Brentwood and Franklin. There we are. Me in the hat. And
there's my hand. Well, it looks like Brentwood's set up to kind of pound the rock here. 2 backs, we hadn't seen that.
So Shacklett again, the give to his workhorse, Carter McKechnie, finds a bit of room on his right side and picks up a nice gain up to about the 26-yard line, to make it the 27-yard line.
Coach Crawford and his offensive staff looks like they were going to try to keep the ball on the ground and work some of the clock. You know, we talked about it. Could have been 21-0.
Carter McKechnie with a score early, and his receiving partner, Parker Bullion, scoring for Brentwood early in the first quarter. And McKechnie again using some footwork, gets away from a tackle and picks up the first down out to the 35-yard line. You got a feeling that
check this out. I mean, they had it dead to right there. That was 71, Coach. Should have made the tackle for a loss.
Christian Muhlman, he's had a couple of tackles for loss tonight. But
normally you don't see him leave his feet to make a tackle, but
McKechnie able to find some daylight and pick up the first down for Brentwood. So 1st and 10 from the 36-yard line. Shacklett looks out to his left side. He's got his receiver, he's got his man. That is number 2, Parker Bullion again.
Check out 24 right there for Franklin, Coach. He came in pretty late.
Did they throw a flag on that?
Yeah, late hit.
They did throw a flag.
Is that Gaka?
Matt Gaka with the late hit is going to tack on another 15 yards. So Franklin not starting off like they wanted to.
You'll see it right here. It looks like Bullion's down, and boom. Little shot to the ribs to Bullion, but Coach Webb's not going to be happy. This is not the start that they needed. You know, Brentwood was the one that kept shooting themselves in the foot with the penalties early on.
So Brentwood picks up the first down and a little bit more with a 15-yard late hit penalty. Puts the ball down to the Franklin 40-yard line. 1st and 10, just underway here in the third quarter. Shacklett now. Inside give is to McKechnie. McKechnie's got a little bit of room. You got a sense that he's going to break one. And he's across the 35-yard line, making that to 25-yard line, and picks up another first down for the Bruins.
Yeah, the junior going to be dangerous as the season progresses. And when you have number 12 right there in your screen, Caden Dreyer as a lead blocker. You got business going on. Franklin really ready.
And here comes Carter McKechnie again. He's got that right side, finding a little bit of room. And he'll pick up about 8 yards before he's knocked out of bounds.
Critchlow, he made the open field tackle. That's his second time to lose his helmet. The helmet count is up to 6.
Up to 6?
Up to 6 times the helmets have come off this.
So there's John Critchlow, number 20, has to come off the field.
You see right there.
And still Franklin a little bit of confusion defensively.
Late runner on was, I think, Critchlow. They may catch him.
Here's Shacklett again, drives to his right, and he'll be dropped down. We got a flag on the play.
Yeah. I'm not sure if that's the direction Shacklett was supposed to go to the weak side or not, but somebody wasn't ready, and there's a penalty.
So we'll check the marker here. And procedure call against Brentwood, drive them back a little bit.
Brentwood will be penalized 5 yards for illegal motion.
I think they had 2 people going at the same time, so drives them back 5 yards. Still 1st and 10, or 2nd and 10 rather, from the Franklin 24-yard line. The give again is to McKechnie. Around the left side. No, that's not
nice
McKechnie.
Block by Dreyer, number 12. And that's Jordan Nicholas. So the old, you know, they say thunder and lightning, but this is lightning and lightning.
So Nicholas across the 10-yard line to about the 8.
And I tell you what, he had good pacing. He was checking his blocks. There's Dreyer, get a block.
So quickly, Brentwood is at 1st and goal. Nicholas again, he's going to be bottled up
Well,
and dropped.
wait a minute now.
Well, they
There
don't.
we go. Whoops.
Nicholas on the carry.
You know, between the guards, Coach Williams, you're missing a long-time
John Kirkpatrick was
starter
on
in
top
the
of
center,
level.
Chris Moore, who is not playing tonight. I think he's out with an injury, but,
Second and goal from the 7.
you know, a nice job by number 54, Charlie Harden, at the center position.
So 2nd down and 7 for Brentwood. And another procedure call.
That's going to be on 76, Gavin Robb, the right tackle.
And Brentwood's going to be driven back another few yards.
Penalty's 5 yards from the previous spot. It's now 2nd and goal. Ball now back
So
at
in the first
12-yard
half,
line.
Brentwood threatened to go up 21-0.
Yeah.
Shacklett threw a pick. Franklin able to get Brentwood's offsides twice, pick up 10 free yards, and then drive it home with an 83-yard touchdown by Davis Whitehurst to have the score 14-7, and that's where we are now. Shacklett again, blown up quickly, and that is going to be a huge face mask on number, I believe that was 25. I think that's Kenny Kelton. That's what they list him at. Number 25, the inside linebacker there, comes through. Looks like he was trying to jump up to block the pass and wound up getting a handful of face mask. And Shacklett is a bit shaken up on the play.
Well, you know what?
I think he's working on his
Helmet.
Hopefully that's what it is. So that will be a huge personal foul. And put the ball down to the 8-yard line.
It'll be interesting to see if Brentwood
There you
calls
see.
if Brentwood calls a timeout or to get Shacklett time to work on his helmet. Nope. He's gone. He's back.
So Franklin had it blown up nicely, but Kelton unfortunately came away with a handful of face mask there, and that cost the Rebels. So 2nd down and 8.
We're going to have to call a timeout. Clock is going down to 5.
And Ronnie Crawford will call a timeout for the Bruins.
Timeout Brentwood.
Well, Coach, what have you seen so far, and what do you like this year? What do the tea leaves say?
Well, you know, Independence, until someone knocks them off, has got to be the favorite. Unfortunately, they had a tough task of playing Murfreesboro Oakland tonight in the opener. That's one of the ones where you schedule because you can't get any games. Okay. And you got Brentwood, Ravenwood going to be pretty good. Centennial could sneak up. And, of course, Franklin at any time can make it happen. Of course, we got Summit and Page in 5A in the same region. Okay. And then we got, of course, Fairview in 3A, who went undefeated last year in the regular season. And
did the Yellow Jackets go undefeated?
In the regular season, sure did. And then they had a second-round playoff, I think it was, I'm not 100% sure, CPA or Good Pasture. But all those teams are now long gone in Division II, so Fairview got a shot to advance a little deeper in the playoff.
So 2nd and 8, here's Shacklett. He'll take it up the middle.
That's actually going to be Dreyer.
Nope, check that. We had some coaches up here barking a little while
having a
ago.
hard time concentrating. There's Jordan Nicholas, 34, kind of limping off the field gingerly. It's going to be
on the play. It's
3rd and goal. Now remember, Brentwood lost their field goal kicker as at Mississippi State, Tucker Day. Matthew Phillips will be the new field goal kicker. I think they have all the confidence in the world in Matthew Phillips. If they don't convert this.
So here's Brentwood again, 3rd down and 5. Wrestled away and driven out of bounds. Rashad Jenkins.
Well, that's going to put him in 4th down situation.
And was that Dreyer again?
No, that's Shacklett ran back in the game.
Couldn't tell from way up here. got my reading specs on, and they make me seasick if I look across the field right there.
Yeah.
Loss of 7 yards on the play.
So 7-yard loss by Jenkins, who is the junior for the Rebels.
Well, here comes the field goal unit. And I'll tell you what, Franklin's done a fantastic job of putting pressure on Shacklett pretty much all night, Coach.
So kind of a bend but don't break mentality, if you'll pardon the cliche.
31-yard attempt.
So the 31-yard field goal try for the Bruins to try to make it 17. That one's going to be way off to the right side. Franklin again dodges the bullet. Dodges the Bruin, rather. And the Rebels will take over from their own 13-yard line. 6:50 to go here, just underway in the third quarter. Michael Williams, Paul Breece, welcome to the opening night of Williamson County Football 2017.
Yep, the best time of the year.
Well, forgive me, they'll put it back at the 20-yard line for the Rebels.
Oh, that's right, off a missed field goal. It's automatically to the 20 as long as the ball reaches the end zone.
So Franklin now with an opportunity.
Yeah, the first opportunity.
The first opportunity. Inside give, I believe that's to Nice. Yeah. And he'll pick up maybe 2 yards on the play.
You know, that's the difference between last year and this year.
Sorry about that.
Is that, Coach, that Mitch Rossi, he would pound the rock between the tackles and just wear teams out late in the game.
And then they'd go up top.
Yeah, yep. And so, you know, this year they're trying to find that person that can be kind of the workhorse, and you know, there's a lot of question marks in week one, I guess you could say. Who's going to step up? This is you've played what? I think you've had 3 scrimmages. I think Coach Webb and Coach Crawford said that 2 of the 3 were pretty much a waste of time when it comes to a challenge, I guess you could say. I think, in fact, I think Coach Webb even said we haven't had a live kickoff, punt return, or a kickoff return in any of those 3 scrimmages because coaches don't want,
we don't want to do that.
Yeah, well, they don't want anybody get it hurt. They don't want anybody hurt.
So Franklin penalized for illegal procedure, drives them back 5 yards to their own 15-yard line. Hendry again, nice little chuck and duck right there.
And the old hot pass.
And that complete to number 26, John Taylor.
You know, that is when you call it a hot pass, I tell you what, it's coming hot. You got to be the guy that's got good hands, and John Taylor is out there.
Got to put your oven mitts on. So Franklin picks up a nice chunk of yardage right there, but still.
Hey, I tell you what, John Taylor's going old school, no gloves.
So 2nd down and 2. Injury again. The give is inside. I believe that's Nice again. No, that's Davis Whitehurst one more time. He's going to be dropped short of the first down.
C.J. Grissom, that's where he thrives right there. You try to string it outside, and he is so quick. You know, we talked about Moolman being a good wrestler. C.J. Grissom, a state medalist wrestler last year for Brentwood High. Finished 5th in his weight class in the state.
So Whitehurst, enough for the first down for Franklin. Puts the ball at the 30-yard line. The Rebels have it 1st and 10 from their own 30.
Uh-oh.
Busted play right there, and that will be blown up by number 83. Help me out, Coach.
That's Austin Chaffin. I think it's the 2nd tackle for a loss. Nice play. Staying at home.
Chaffin made the tackle.
So Chapman for Brentwood. Helps Franklin to lose 6 yards, 7 yards back to their own 24-yard line. Second down, 16, 4:35 to go here in the third quarter. Franklin down a touchdown, trying to get back into this one. Entry back to pass, and that one sails wide. Intended for Chancellor Bright.
A lot of pressure on Hendry coming off the edge by Chaffin, 83.
3rd and 16.
So Franklin's got to get to their own 40-yard line for the first down. Injury outside. To his left, looking to throw, fires away, and again finds Bright, but he's going to be short of the first down. Picks up to the 35-yard line. And Franklin's punt team will come on. Big pickup right there, but still not enough for the first, as Franklin will come out and have to punt it away. Here you see the replay. Injury over to the left side, able to find Bright. Nice pass, good catch, but Bright just unable to get upfield. Decent punt, fair catch called for and dropped. I believe a couple of Franklin players saying they have it, but
It's a little scramble.
I think it's going to go back Brentwood's way. So the Bruins will take over at their own 30-yard line following the punt. .332 remaining here in the third quarter. Check that, make it the, well, I guess they're 30-yard line. 1st and 10 from the 30-yard line are the Bruins.
1st and 10 for Brentwood. Ball at their own 30-yard line.
Brentwood able to drive on these Rebels, but have fallen short the last couple of times, and
Nice
the sweep
gang
play
tackle.
bottled up right there.
And Moolman was right there. 34 coach for Franklin is Gavin King. He had to lift off the field. Moolman, nice job.
So we've got a player down for the Bruins, and that'll bring up a official timeout. Can't tell who the injured player is.
First Tennessee Bank is proud to be a sponsor of Franklin High football and wants to be the bank for all Rebel fans. Stop by First Tennessee's main financial center at 231 Public Square for friendly, knowledgeable financial service that will help you take good care
I think
of
if you
your
guys
money.
want to check this game out, you get a replay on tonight at midnight, maybe? Saturday, 10 a.m. and 6 p.m. and Sunday, same thing, 10 a.m., 6 p.m.
I think that might be McKechnie down with the, looks like they're,
yeah,
looks
it
like
made a little cramp.
might have cramp in the left calf there. They're trying to straighten his leg.
Absolutely. And then Wednesday, I think it's shown like multiple times. It's your all-day affair of WC-TV Game of the Week.
So McKechnie off the field. He looked like he had a cramp in his left calf there, so he's going to ease on to the sideline. And Brentwood comes back out. 2nd down 13, 3:17 remaining in the third quarter. The class of 1967 here
That's right.
tonight,
How about that?
celebrating their 50th high school reunion. Inside give is to number 12,
Caden Dreyer.
Caden Dreyer again. We'll have about, comes back to about the original line of scrimmage.
Tanai Kelton on the stop for Franklin.
Speaking of anniversaries, this is the anniversary of my nephew Luke Michael Williams' birth. He is 8 years old today.
Uh-oh.
I love you, my Luke man. I'll see you tomorrow for your big birthday party.
I doubt big guys even watching this thing. But you know what? You get credit. Plenty of time.
Shacklet over the middle, and that one's going to fall incomplete. The
Wow.
intended receiver was number 12.
Yeah, and that was one of the few times Caden Dreyer, or excuse me, Carson Shacklet has had time to sit in the pocket and throw. And Dreyer, the intended receiver. Hey, how about a 4th down here and 8?
So the Bruins come back out to punt. Again, Whitehurst and John Carter Craig on to receive. as our monitor goes blue.
Yeah, how about that?
There it comes back again.
That's what happens when you kick something at the underneath the table up here.
That's when you drop your Sonic on the
Yeah.
switchboard. Kick is away.
Nice.
And we'll call a fair catch.
Wow.
John Carter Craig. So Franklin back in business at their own 32-yard line. We'll call it the 30-yard line. First and 10.
First and 10, ball at their own 30-yard line.
There are the Ray brothers back in. Jake comes back in, number 75. He anchors that left side, and his brother Max anchors the right side. First and 10 from the 30-yard line. Hendry in trouble. Can't wrestle away from.
Hendry on the carry. He's dragged down by number 83, Austin Chapman.
Chapman on the tackle.
Yeah. Well, listen. It may have been Chapman, but I'm going to give 55 credit too, I think. Well, nope. I'm going to give Chapman credit. 55 was one of those standing near the play. And his shirt was all twisted up. I think that is Blake Myers.
He looked good.
Yeah, he was in the right place.
So Franklin now, second down and 11. Hendry, he'll keep it. Got a little bit of running room on the right side. Nate makes a nice cut. And he'll be close to that first down. Does he have the first down? Indeed, he does. So Carter Hendry picks up the first for the Rebels. A nice cut right there. Brings it up to the Franklin 43-yard line. First and 10. 1:18 to go here in the third. As you see Hendry right here. Great cut right there. First and 10 for the Rebels. That give
nice
is
block
to the right side to number 24. That's Matt Gaka.
Yeah. That's
close
nice
to
block
midfield.
down the field by number 11. I think it's is it Bright Franklin? And this is what Franklin wants to do. No need to hurry. 40 seconds left and counting on the third quarter. And this is kind of how they open the game up, with really kind of a nonchalant. Don't get too fancy. We'll run it between the tackles. We'll run what we're supposed to run and not, outfool ourselves and make crazy plays like throwing it backwards on a sack attempt. And
Rebels got 19 seconds here to get this play off, and we're going to have a timeout.
Well, that is going to be. I tell you what, Coach, you have to use that timeout right here. It's not a very good situation with 16 seconds left in the third quarter. I know they were going to get a penalty right there. It was going to put them in 2nd and 8. So you got to look at it two ways. You save yourself 5 yards, but if this game starts going 14-14, you're going to be looking and saying, man, I wish I had that timeout left.
That's right.
I wish I had that thing back.
A little clock management, a little timeout
listen,
management.
you see 77, that's Jake Ray, baby brother right there. 65, check that out, Coach. 65, who is that? That's Kyle Means.
Kyle
5'11",
Means.
240. Man.
Kyle means business.
Yeah, Kyle's a big guy. 77. Oh, my goodness. He's a monster. Like I said, 200 pounds back in the day. You're playing on the line. Nope. Not anymore, buddy. You're playing safety.
Those were many days ago. That's exactly right.
Playing safety. You think you're slow? Doesn't matter. Safety.
Here are the Rebs, 2nd down and 3. 16 seconds to go here in the third. Here's Hendry, back to pass, looking across the middle. He's got Bright, popped up in the air and nearly picked off.
Hendry's pass intended for number 11.
Nice play, 20.
So they still have, on the incomplete pass, still have 8 seconds to go.
Sure. 3rd and 3.
Good thought right there.
Yeah, I'm not Coach Tomlinson or Donnie Webb, but I tell you what, I'm going to try to run the ball on the outside somehow. Get it on the outside edge of the defensive end.
So it brings up 3rd down and 3.
I'd probably run away from Austin Chaffin, 83, too. Well, they ran
They'll
right
go
to
right
him.
behind Max Ray. And Hendry, he'll be knocked down short of the first down,
Chaffin
I
made the
believe.
play. I'm telling you, you got to go left. Max Ray is your left tackle. He's going to Ohio State, people, and you're running away from him this whole series. Again, I coach golf, but I'm just saying. Oh, well. That's like the old movie Hoosiers. We're going to run the picket fence, but we're not going to give it to Jimmy Chitwood. We're going to give it to the other guy.
And the player said, no, we're giving it to Jimmy.
So 75. If you're 4th and 1 and you don't run near 75 this play, hey, give 75 the ball.
Hey, I remember back in the day, a player by the name of William Perry, Big Bill Perry, the refrigerator, the ultimate football terminator.
Did he pass away?
Did he?
We can ask Siri, but
okay.
I know he had some medical issues, and he was at one time. So that's one of those things, man. Those were the good old days.
You know, speaking of good old days, they bring back these great tunes from the 80s back when I was in high school here, and it just makes me nostalgic for the past. I tell you.
Well, let me tell you something. How about the past 375 years? We're going to see a solar eclipse Monday, gang. Get your glasses ready. Oh,
so here come the Rebs.
Quick count. It's gonna be
4th and 1.
Yep. Where's 75?
And Hendry.
Yeah,
I believe he's going to have that over the left side.
Sure.
Hendry on the keeper.
And he's going to pick up the first down.
Absolutely. Why not? It's a great call.
So the Rebels starting off the 4th quarter with a first down.
Yeah. First down, Franklin.
Puts the ball at the Bruin 47-yard line.
You know, I've always wondered, Coach, when it looks like it's close, why don't they ever measure? I mean, I thought the defense had the choice to get the measurement on it down. I mean, that's pretty close. I don't know. Well, I'm the golf coach.
Here come the Rebs. Hendry again.
Yep.
And the gun. Inside give is to number 24. That's Gaka.
Again, to the right side of the field behind little brother Jake Ray and gang. 75 Max Ray on the opposite side. So I don't know if they see something on that left side. They run it Austin Chaffin, the defensive end over there a lot, the outside linebacker. He's making plays. He's doing his job.
So Gaka picks up 4 yards, brings up 2nd down 6. Put the ball at the Bruin 43-yard line.
Yep. 4 yards 3 times equals first down. Franklin can't get fancy.
Hendry again out to Bright. Bright tries to make the first man miss, and he does. Picks up to the 40-yard line, make it the 39. A couple of yards short of the first down. Brings up 3rd down and call it 3rd down and 2.
A nice pass by Hendry.
Is that ball tipped?
It looked close, but.
So Bright has a bright future. Sorry about that. Couldn't resist.
Yeah.
He's just a 10th grader. They list him at 6'1".
Here we go.
Hendry, the inside give is to Gaka. Nope, he keeps it. Hendry outside, makes a man miss, and steps out of bounds at the 30-yard line picks up the first down.
Man, what a keeper. And slow to get up is going to be, I think that's Joe Bayless, the corner. He's going to have to come out.
So Hendry with the pickup of the first down, puts it down to the 29-yard line of the Bruins.
Yep. Great call. They went to the short side of the field with Max Ray.
29-yard line.
And you know what? I think Wright was the receiver down here. He was probably a block away from making something big happen.
Hendry again. Franklin with the first down. Hendry looking, rolls to his right. He's got a little bit of green in front of him and a little bit of speed, and he's going to find a first down.
Hendry on the carry.
Just up beyond the 20-yard line, just inside the 20-yard line, rather.
Wow.
shows off the speed and runs to that right side. And
C.J. Grissom from the backside linebacker spot was having to chase him down.
So 1st and 10, Franklin from their Brentwood 19-yard line, we'll call it. Franklin knocking on the door now, 9:46 to go in the ball game. Rebels looking to tie up this game. Inside again, I believe that's Neat.
Woo, good hit.
Or that's Whitehurst again. Whitehurst up to the 15-yard line.
Nice hit by 39. I believe that's Mac Anderson. He comes from the backside here. And as he turns into the counter, there he was.
2nd and 7.
You know, Franklin's one of those teams that kind of lulls you to sleep. Slow and methodical. And you look up and it's going to be 14-14 with about 6 minutes left in this game probably.
Well, you'd expect nothing less from these cross-county rivals.
Oh, Austin Chaffin, I'm telling you, the young man's having a pretty good game out there on the outside linebacker spot.
Chaffin made the stop.
So Whitehurst bottled up right there, lost a couple of yards.
I love this substitution Coach Crawford is. He takes out Henry Glenn and puts in Parker Bullion on a possible pass situation. I guess if you want your best receiver out there, hey, put him on defense too, right?
Exactly. 3rd down, 8 to go, 8:32 to go in the ball game. Franklin needing to pick up a 1st down. They've got to get to their 9-yard line, or the Brentwood 9-yard line, across the middle. And that one's going to be broken up, incomplete. Pass intended for John Taylor.
Yep.
So the Rebels will have to bring on the field goal unit.
Man, tell you what.
Which will likely ensure we don't have an overtime. Provided he makes the field goal, of course.
Well, again, as Coach Donnie Webb for Franklin has said, hasn't worked on special teams kind of full speed. And I wonder if they've worked on their fake field goal.
So Christopher Miller Hill on a 37-yard attempt. That one is up and straight and true. So Miller Hill will give Franklin another 3 points, making the score 14-10, and we have 8:15 to go in the ball game.
34-yard field goal. How about that? 14-10. You got it, Coach. 8:15. And what is a spectacular night weather-wise?
Without question. We've been fortunate through the month of August so far.
No kidding. Well, there's the, I'll tell you what.
Vanderbilt Bone and Joint is the official sports medicine provider.
We got some scores, Coach, from around the nation. Ravenwood 16, Centennial 14. How about that?
You're in for some entertainment this fall.
Summit 7-0 over Spring Hill.
If you head out to a Williamson County football game.
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely.
We've got a tight one here.
Yep. Independence down 24-6.
That's unusual. To whom?
Oakland. Murfreesboro.
Oakland, oh yeah.
Number 16, Christopher
I believe
Miller Hill.
Coach Donnie Webb, the coach of Franklin High School, was a coach at Oakland High School at one time. Franklin kicking it away.
Well, let's see if we catch it. Nope.
And going to sail through the end zone.
We've yet to see a return. 31-6, Murfreesboro, Oakland.
Touchback, it'll be 1st and 10 for Brentwood. Ball at their own 20-yard line.
Remember the Oakland running back from years ago, Precious Valentine.
Precious Valentine, sure, I remember. Hey.
Here are the Bruins, 1st and 10 from their 20-yard line.
Well, again, remember last offensive series, McKechnie went out with that hamstring. Nicholas and Jordan Nicholas, the backup, came out one of those plays hobbling.
Hobbling again.
And so now Dreyer, the H-back, is now having to play a little.
Mulman made the tackle for Franklin.
So Brentwood is
Gain of a yard on the play. It's second and
down a
9.
couple of backs, it looks like.
Yep. So Dreyer going to play what we would call a running back now.
2nd and 9 from the 20. Here's Shacklett, and he's going to be dropped about the 25-yard line.
Mulman, 71 on the play.
Again on the stop for Franklin.
Second down 5. Pickup of 4 by Shacklett. 17:15 to go in the ball game.
Well, it's one of these offensive plays right here. Don't do anything stupid. If we get the first down, fantastic. If we don't, let's just don't turn it over.
Rebel crowd comes to life. Trying to keep these Bruins from picking up a first. Here's Shacklett rolling to his left. Got his man. Going to have the first down.
Bullion. Parker.
And that's Parker Bullion going to have the first down about the 34-yard line.
That time to sprint out away from the string.
That seems to have worked for both squads tonight, as Hendry and Shacklett able to find a little daylight as they roll away from pressure. So 6:34 to go here in the ball game. To the 35-yard line is Brentwood. Shacklett again. He'll keep that one. Finding some running room. Pickup of about 6 yards.
Number 22, Garrison Glover made the tackle.
You're deep into the fourth quarter now, Coach, and now it's gut check time.
On the play. It's 2nd and 3.
Brentwood out to the 41-yard line. 2nd down 3. And again, the give on that left side picks up a couple of yards. It's going to be just Dreyer short of the first down, I believe.
Well, they stopped the clock, so they're going to move the
Nope,
change.
they are going to move the change.
So, number 12, Caden Dreyer, probably not what he went into the game thinking he was going to end the game as the running back. Thought maybe I'd block a little bit, maybe catch a couple of passes. Now all of a sudden it's kind of riding on him and Shacklett's shoulders.
So here come the Bruins again, 1st and 10. If they can keep this drive alive, they've got a great shot at winning this ball game, as they're able to get across midfield. Shacklett does to the 49-yard line of Franklin. Clock continues to tick, 5:20 to go. And we'll have a timeout on the field.
We're gonna.
Shacklett again, rolling to his right. Got his receiver.
First down.
And another first down for the Bruins.
Shacklett's pass complete to number 2, Parker Bullion. Jet Wilson made the tackle for Franklin.
And the clock's going to continue to start marching on here for the Bruins.
And about 4 on the play. It's enough for the first down. 1st and 10, Brentwood. Ball at the Franklin 44.
So the ball spotted at the Franklin 44, 1st and 10, Brentwood. Shacklett with trips to his right, and the give is inside, but we're going to have that one whistled up. So Brentwood, I believe they'll be penalized for a procedure call. Drive the ball back another 5 yards rather. Back to the 48 of Franklin. 4:40 remaining in the ball game. Brentwood leading 14-10. Opening night of the Williamson County football season. Michael Williams, Paul Breece with you on the WC-TV Game of the Week. Quick pass out to, couldn't see who that was, Coach.
Grant Yoakum.
Grant Yoakum with the reception. He'll pick up about 8 yards. Going to be about 3 shy of the first down as we tick to 4 minutes to go in the ball game. You got to think, Coach, continue to chew on this clock, and Brentwood's got a great shot at this one.
And they're doing it without their
they're doing it without
running backs.
They're doing it without their running backs. That's exactly right. Shacklett again in the backfield, leading this Bruin charge. No hurry here. And he'll take it on the right side. Got a couple of blockers, and he's going to be up close to another first down to about the 35-yard line. They might see where they spot this one.
It's going to be 4th down for sure.
Yeah, he's going to be a little short. I think they had to get up to about the 35, and they're going to spot the ball just short of it.
Yeah, sure. And 4th down in inches.
Short of the first down, it's 4th and less than a yard.
So Coach Ronnie Crawford going to roll the bones right here. 3:12 to go in the ball game. Shacklett over that 35-yard line, and he is going to have a first down. And that spells trouble for Franklin. So 3:02 remaining in the ball game. As you see the big pig pile right there. Shacklett able to keep driving those legs, just needed a little bit, and falls over the 35-yard line for the first down.
That's one of those things where you just tackle whoever's in front of you. Hopefully it's the guy with the ball.
There's McKechnie back in the game now.
There he is.
And he'll take it.
Yeah,
up
that's
into the pile.
Critchlow.
Pickup of about 3 yards. Keeps the clock going. That's all he wanted to do. 2:30 to go in the ball game. Clock continues to run. Approaching 2 minutes to go. Shacklett again waits on his play clock.
Oh, nice play by number 90. That's going to be Christopher Haas, D lineman.
Haas made the stop for Franklin.
He'll get across the 30-yard line. Brings up 3rd down. Clock continuing to run.
Yeah. I told you about that missed timeout that Franklin may need to start using.
So a first down wins the ball game right here.
Yep.
And here's McKechnie. It's going to be short.
McKechnie on the carry.
There's a helmet cam. Helmet off. Number 7 on the night. And that's Lumen.
And that'll stop the clock at 1:25 to go.
Yeah, injury. Okay, timeout Franklin.
So is that?
That's actually a great call.
So Franklin's only got, they used their second timeout, so they have 1 remaining.
This has been a pretty good week 1 game. A lot of defense. I thought maybe the offense would have the upper hand, but I guess when you know each other really well, I guess this is going to be the result, 14-10 or whatever. Here's my only problem, getting out of the parking lot. That's going to be a tough one.
I got 99 problems, and getting out of the parking lot ain't one. Well, I can still see. I can see my truck. from right here.
Wow, you got a good spot.
I did get a good spot. I know where my bread is buttered. It ain't my first rodeo.
Yeah. Pointing out, right?
That's exactly right. So 1:25 to go. 4th down and 4. We're going to try the
we're
field
kick
goal.
a field goal here, Coach, at the 36, make it a 46-yarder. He missed one earlier from closer.
Well, stranger things have happened.
The ball's got to get to the end zone.
That one
that's
is
good, Coach.
That's all the way through, straight and true.
No,
it's not.
Short.
No, it's not.
Wow.
So Franklin with an opportunity here, 1:19 to go. This is exactly what happened last year. Franklin played Centennial.
Right.
We had a couple of late turnovers. It looked like Franklin, for all intents and purposes, had the game tucked away nicely. It was one for them, and Centennial came back and stole it from them.
Well, here's what I know. You got 1:19 to go, 80 yards. Franklin did bust one earlier for 83.
So Davis Whitehurst, he did that a little while ago. Whitehurst, number 4, he of the gold shoes.
Yep.
So Franklin back in business. Don't have a great deal of time left. Hendry, ball's going to be tipped.
Yeah, Mac Anderson, 39 with the tip pass.
Not a huge loss because it stops the clock with 1:15. Brings up 2nd down 10.
Mac Anderson with the deflection. 2nd and 10.
Here come the Rebels. 2nd down 10, 1:15 to go. Franklin from their own 20-yard line. Hendry rolling to his left, looking, firing. He's got number 30. That is Avery Jones.
That is a great play by
And Avery Jones able to get out of bounds to stop the clock. Avery Jones, the 12th grader, brings up the 1st down, stops the clock with 1:08 to go. Franklin at their own 35-yard line.
At the 35-yard line.
Avery Jones able to reach that ball across the out-of-bounds marker like he was diving across the goal line.
Yep. Headsy play by the young man.
1:08 is your time. Franklin 1st and 10. Hendry back to pass, looking for Bright.
Middle of the
He
field,
is
wide open.
going to go. He's got his receiver.
That would almost been better to throw it away, but you're talking about Carter Hendry.
That's Jones again, number 30. And I believe he got out of bounds. Stops the clock at the clock with 59 seconds left. Brings up 2nd down and 4.
I thought Hendry had the middle of the field wide open. So take off and run. Brentwood did a nice job closing the gap.
Hendry again, rolling to his left, looking for a pitch man, keeps it himself, and just across the 45-yard line. He does have the 1st down. That'll stop the clock with 49 seconds to go.
C.J. Grissom, 43, has got an injury.
C.J. Grissom
cramping.
Probably cramping in that left calf is what it looks like.
Injury timeout on the field.
You can always tell those cramps this time of year.
Yeah.
Oh, and they hurt so bad.
Yeah, and I tell you what, if there's one guy that you don't want to lose in the with 49 seconds left, is C.J. Grissom. Not only knows he's putting the people in the right spot, but he's going to cover a lot of green out there if things start breaking down.
There you see the numbers. 49 seconds remaining. The home team, Franklin Rebels, down 4 points to the visiting Brentwood Bruins, 14-10. Ball on the 48-yard line of Franklin. Rebels have 52 yards to go to pay dirt. Oh, those calf cramps hurt so bad.
Yeah, and that's one of the ones that, that may keep him out of the game for the rest of the game. Those are hard to come back from. 2 or 3 plays later, they
keep on cramping up.
Popping up back up. So
I speak from experience.
First and 10 for the Rebels. Ball at their own 48.
Here come the Rebels. Both crowds come to life. 46 seconds to go in the ball game. Hendry back to pass.
He's in big trouble.
Pitches it out of bounds. And Brentwood coaches are upset about they think they have grounding, and I think they might have a case as a flag comes in.
Well, that's going to be a loss of down.
Indications of intentional grounding.
And I'm not sure, is that, in the NFL, it's the old 10-second runoff. I'm not sure if that's the case in high school or not, but either way, they're going to lose a lot of yards. But C.J. Grissom comes back on the field. Coach Crawford right there knows he's 37 seconds away from pulling out a tough week 1 victory.
So that puts the ball at the 34-yard line. 37 seconds remaining. Remember, Davis Whitehurst, the 11th grader, he's got an 83-yard touchdown scamper earlier tonight. Injury again, rolling to his right. He's going to be chased down and dropped. That is going nowhere. And that was huge for Brentwood.
C.J. Grissom on the tackle, comes back in the game, and he makes the sack along with a host of other Bruins.
And that might be just what the doctor ordered right there, as Franklin.
Their third and final timeout of the half.
Big sack right at an opportune moment for the Bruins.
What do they say, Coach? Third in the country mile.
Third, and we got to go down to the Sonic for the first down.
75, Matthew Haley, I believe. Nice job. Being kind of Johnny on the spot, first one there.
Rebels looking at 3rd and 34.
Well, I do see on the Brentwood side that Parker Bullion is going to be deep safety here, number 2. As you see the student section over at Brentwood.
So Bullion playing center field, set to shut down the home run ball. See what happens here. Here are the Rebels. Hendry looking, rolling to his left. Nothing so far. And again, sacked.
Haley, Matthew Haley.
And that might do it right there as the clock
Martin
ticks down to 10 seconds. They've got to go here. 5 seconds. And that's going to be your ball game. So Brentwood comes into Franklin and steals one, 14-10 in this home opener for the Rebels. In this big Region 6-6A matchup.
Don't forget the next Friday night the Rebels are back here at home.
Well, last year 41-7 Rebels and a hard-fought victory tonight. Coach Williams 14-10 for Brentwood.
So there's your final, 14-10. Brentwood comes in and takes one away from the host Franklin Rebels. I'm Michael Williams. That was Paul Breece. Thanks for joining us on the WC-TV Game of the Week. We'll see you next time.